Wanted to start out with, Coach, first of all, your goals for your guys in your segment group as we start spring. If you don't mind going individually and set the tone for what you expect to see out of each new guy, and then the guys that are obviously holdovers.
Yeah, goals for each guy. For the new guys with JAHEIM is obviously learn the offensive system, learn the different spots that you're going to have to line up, different things you're going to do. But then any subtle technique difference that's different than what he's done. You're not going to try to totally change the guy's game, but definitely a few things that you want to try to help improve with his game and things like that. And then just get the rhythm with your quarterbacks and just the team aspect of all that. That's a little bit underrated when you plug new players in. There's a rhythm that has to develop with guys, and same with Kyle. Kyle is you got the same challenge. You got to learn a new system, lining up different spots, and doing all the things, and then acclimating into the team. Both those guys have done a great job with that. And then Mark Easton coming off a season where he got a lot of experience and grew a lot. He's gotten challenged him to continue to get stronger in the weight room, which he's done, and then elevate his understanding of the offense and the fundamentals involved. And he's done that. I'm real pleased with how he's done that. Preston has played a lot of football here. He's remade his body. Like he's more attention to detail than ever on the nutritional aspect, the sleep aspect, and he's worked extremely hard in the off season, and that shows. And then Jarrell had a really good tour of duty, like strained really hard, pushed really hard. You can see that showing up in his strength and his movements, and he's he got here in June, so he's still learning some of the things offensively that we're asking him to do, but he's getting a lot more comfortable with that. And then Brian and Jackson both are really trying to rehab a little bit from injuries that they had during the season and get back with both those guys. Tremendous attitude, tremendous work ethic, doing all the things that you want them to do. With injuries, there's always a little bit of limitation on what they can do, but they've worked really hard and done all those things. And then Jimmy and Vance worked extremely hard. They've had great offseason. Those guys have pushed and worked really hard.
Tight end can mean a lot of things in terms of the responsibilities for the position. It's got to be probably rewarding as a coach to have guys that might fit everything you're looking for across the board in that room.
Yeah, it is. There's so much versatility and so much variation in the things that Coach Norvell asked those guys to do, and so there's never a day where we're bored. I mean, he's always going to keep it right. You're lining up in this spot today. We're going to motion you over here. We're going to shift you over here, and so they've always got a huge challenge in the aspect of learning it, what to do, where to line up, what block to execute, what route to run, but then also the fundamental, of how to approach all that stuff. And it's something you'll never really perfect, but you're always striving for that. And so I think those guys are doing that. That's what the most gratifying part is. It makes it fun to come to work because I do think they're motivated to be the best they can be, and that's the theme with Coach Norvell all the time is just be your best day in and day out. And I think those guys are trying to do that.
How much more versatile can this offense now be with some of the additions you made, and how hard is that? You've had a ton of experience in your football career. You've got so many things that you could do to hone in and find out what you can do best.
Yeah, that's I think Coach Norvell, Coach Atkins always are going to take the lead on the design of it. We all have input as assistants to a certain extent, but I think that's the challenge, that Coach has in putting all that together. He and Coach Atkins each week. And hopefully that is, hopefully that's a deal where each week you're sitting there going, all right, how can we position these guys to impact the game, as best as they possibly can, and that's something in it. You look at that at tight end, you look at that at running back, offensive line, receiver, quarterback. You got so many guys that are working so hard that's what makes it exciting. Is not just my own position, but I'm looking around at all the guys and the competition of that, the belief in their heart and mind that we can do something significant. All those things are day to day, you wake up excited to come watch it unfold.
How did Marquiston take two guys coming into the program? Did he welcome them, and how have you seen him interact with and welcome new guys into the new process?
Yeah, I mean that's you can really ask that question probably at every position, but offensively and defensively for the most part, I think he's done great with that. He's I think all the guys have. Our guys have an understanding of competition and how it all works, and just trying to make the team as good as we can make it. That's always a factor with any player that's been at a place and you're bringing new players in. He hasn't changed his approach. He works hard day in, day out. I always say this about Marquiston. I go back to January of 22 when we started that process, and not to jinx him, but the guy that has never missed a rep. He's one of the few in that group that, from tour duty to spring ball to summer to training camp to the season, still up till now, hasn't missed a rep. So it doesn't change his approach, and I think that's what I was listening to Jalen Hurts talk on an interview the other day, and they asked him about Coach Saban's rat poison. And he said, I just block anything out, and nothing changes my approach, and that's what I'm reminded of when you ask about Marquiston and all those guys. Really, I've seen that as a common thread throughout all the positions. Like, I think our guys do a nice job now of blocking out whatever it is, whether it's criticism, whether it's praise, whether it's competition, whatever it is, and just keep the main thing, let's work,